It became known as the Escondido bomb factory. The house was so packed with explosives in 2010, investigators said burning it to the ground was the only option.
Our 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco gives us our first look at some of the explosives recovered from that ticking time bomb.
Japanese grenades. This one here, World War I. Sometimes we blow it up as it sits there.
You're getting a rare look inside the sheriff's bomb arson museum. It's filled with all kinds of explosives.
These things are, Grandpa died and we're cleaning out his garage.
Every device has a story.
We would call this a hoax device because it's added shrapnel.
From the hoax to the highly hazardous.
So this can be a pipe bomb. This would be what was used in San Bernardino.
But there is evidence here from one case that no one will forget.
These were in his house. Basically, a hand grenade.
That house became known as the Escondido bomb factory, the story that made national headlines now framed in the squad office. Sergeant Greg Hampton runs the squad.
An explosion could have happened inside that house at any minute.
It was an explosion outside that sent the bomb squad to the house on Via Scott in November of 2010. Gardener Mario Garcia was severely burned when he stepped on a device.
They see mason jars full of white powders, and the amount in his backyard of how much there was obviously started setting off some bells and whistles.
Once inside, investigators say they found the largest cache of homemade explosives in a single spot in the entire country. Investigators shared these pictures of the inside, every cluttered room stacked with grenades, detonators, and other explosive ingredients. They arrested the man renting the house. This is George Jakovic, getting led away in handcuffs. He was a software engineer recently fired for blowing things up at his desk.
He just liked playing chemistry. He took classes and liked putting chemicals together and making things blow up.
Taking apart what Jakovic had stockpiled, a dangerous and delicate operation.
I think it was just a ticking time bomb waiting to go off.
Bomb technicians detonated several devices in the backyard, but removing the roughly 10 pounds of explosive materials inside proved a far greater challenge.
That was a big effort to render that place safe and the surrounding residents safe.
That effort led to an unprecedented move.
That went all the way to the governor's office, so Arnold Schwarzenegger signed a piece of paper and said, burn that thing down. It was the safest option at the time.
Burned down the entire house. It was a carefully orchestrated, remote-controlled operation. Part of the nearby 15 freeway shut down. Neighbors gathered to watch from a distance. Huge fireballs reached 30 feet into the air. Thick smoke filled the sky.
It went off without a hitch.
Today, the so-called bomb house is a concrete slab nestled between two houses. You can hear birds chirping amidst the noise of the freeway. Jakovic is serving a 30-year prison sentence.
From what we understand, there was really no ill intent to do anything with these explosives. He just liked putting things together.
A case that generated national headlines doesn't seem all that improbable anymore.
I would not be surprised if there's a house like that right now in San Diego.
In Escondido, Rachel Bianco, 10 News.
That's a scary thought. In March, an apartment building in Wisconsin was set on fire after homemade explosives were found in one of the units. A similar scene played out near Palm Springs in 2016, and a mobile home was burned to the ground after explosives were found inside.